Good morning and welcome to day 21 for you, for upward facing dog. This is a really nice strengthener for the back and it's sort of a modification of full cobra. So let's go through that to start. So coming to the top of your mats, inhale, palms come up and together, exhale, we forward fold and we come down to our bellies. From here, a usual full cobra would be up here, and an upward dog is where your hands are a little bit closer and you're active through the front of your body and the front of your feet specifically, so that your hips are coming off the ground and we're still in that same nice back bend position. So your thighs are hovering on the ground and you're just feeling the front of your feet on the ground. And then from here, it's used as part of a flow often to come back to your downward dog. So you can experiment with this in your sun salutations at the start of class, or just go through the full cobra. And from here, we'll come back to our plank, stepping forward with our feet to forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms. Exhale, palms down through center. So we'll go through the sequence now. So A, starting with sun salutation A. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back with the feet and coming down to our bellies. We might come through our knees. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, hips come up and back to our downward dog, and we spend a few breaths here. We might walk out the dog to start, bending through the knees, moving the hips around, getting things moving. Belly button comes to spine, hips face the roof. Shifting your weight forward, stepping to the front of the mat to our forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, spreading the palms. Exhale, palms come down through center. Perfect. And repeating that. So inhale, palms come up. Exhale, down through center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to our plank. Shifting forwards and coming down to our bellies. Inhale up. Full cobra this time perhaps. Exhale back to our downward dog. Stepping forward to our forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to spread the palms. Exhale down through center. B for sun salutation B. Inhale, sitting back to our chair position. Palms are up forwards and overhead. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to our plank. So this time I'll just demonstrate for if you're to use your upward dog in here. So we bend our elbows down and we come to halfway to what we call chaturanga. Then we inhale to press up so our belly doesn't actually touch the ground and then our hips are hovering here. Or as usual you can come to a full cobra where your hips and thighs are on the ground. Exhale back to your downward dog. Stepping forward with your right foot. Left foot pivots out to 45. Inhale up with the palms. Warrior one. Exhale, down through center, finding our way through our flow from cobra back to downward dog. Left foot comes forward and between your hands, right foot pivots out and we come up to our warrior one. Left knee is directly above left foot and our hips are facing forward. Exhale, stepping back. Again, I'll come through that vinyasa, coming down to chaturanga, then inhaling up to our upward dog, and back to our downward dog. And we spend a few breaths here. So these are just modifications using that upward dog and that sun salutation, but I wouldn't recommend it if you have any back issues.
Yeah, I got my breaks here.
And then coming to the top of the mat to our forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to chair. exhale, palms come to your side, and then we repeat salutation B. So inhale, palms go up and we sit back to chair. Exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, stepping back to our plank, finding our way either down to our bellies or going through the other routine I just showed you. But as usual here, from our bellies up to full cobra on the inhale. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Inhale as you bring your right foot forward. Palms come up. Exhale, down through center, coming through your vinyasa again. Other side, left foot steps forward to your lunge, right foot pivots, inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, down through center and coming through your vinyasa to your full cobra or upward dog and back to your downward dog for a few breaths. And we shift our weight forward, come into a forward fold, then we inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold, inhale to chair, exhale, palms come down by our sides, and now we come to C for cat-cow position. So inhale up, exhale to fold, stepping back to our plank, knees come down, hands come directly below shoulders. Toes untuck, finding a neutral spine here. Inhale as we tip forward and opening up the front of the body and looking upwards. So a nice arch in the spine. Exhale, leading with the pelvis, belly comes to spine, and we round into cat. Then 4 more in your own time. And bring those palms forward again, tuck the toes under and back to your plank position. Stepping forward to the hands, to our forward fold. Inhale, spreading the palms. Exhale, down through center. D for downward dog. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale to fold and stepping back to our plank. Up and over with the hips, and you might need to reposition the feet slightly here to our downward dog posture. Focusing on pressing away with the hands, wrapping your triceps underneath you, lengthening the back of the neck, looking at our toes, and tailbone to the sky. Try and activate through your quadriceps to lengthen through your hamstrings. And shifting your weight forward, stepping your feet forwards to our forward fold. Inhale. E for extended child's pose. So inhale, up with the hands. Exhale to fold. Back to our plank. Knees come down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Knees come nice and wide here. Creeping the hands forward to come to our extended child's posture. Really relaxing the chest down to the ground. Active through the palms, so our forearms are hovering above the ground and we're sitting those hips back. So it's actually a nice spinal extension posture as well. Coming up, knees come together, untuck the toes here. Stepping forwards to our forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms. Exhale down through centre. Now we come to F for forward fold. So as we inhale, palms up and together, the feet come hip width apart, and then we hinge from the hips and folding down here. Now our chest is coming towards our shins, belly to our thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen, and you can bring your hands to the opposite elbows. Maybe just notice your feet in this position, so the soles of your feet, you should still feel your toes nice and active. A nice space where your medial arches and feeling your heel in contact with the ground. Maybe noticing if one foot takes slightly more weight than the other and just becoming aware of that. And then we'll let go of the hands, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. And rolling the shoulders back. Hands just come to our lower back to come to a nice counter posture here. Into a small back bend. Now we come to G for garland posture. So what we'll do first is bringing our feet together to reset. And inhale, palms come up. And we're heel-toeing those feet to the side of the mat with the toes facing outwards. And then we bring the palms through centre as we're sitting down into garland posture. And just breathing into it here, lengthening down with the tailbone, opening up through the front of the chest, using those elbows on the knees as a bit of a lever. And if everything's a bit much, you can come up onto your toes. That should give your hips a bit more space here. Popping the hands down to the ground to a nice wide-legged forward fold. Heel-toeing those feet in. Forward fold, inhale, spreading the palms. Looking up the hands, nice side body stretch actively up here. Exhale, down through centre. Now we come to H for happy baby posture. Inhale, palms come up and together. Exhale, we fold, stepping back to our plank. Knees come to the ground, and we find our way onto our backs. Maybe take a wee roll, massage through the spine, and then finding a place of stillness here. Noting that we can feel our tailbone and our shoulders on the ground here, letting the knees spread wide and finding where it's most comfortable to rest your hands on the outside of your legs. And you should feel a nice inner thigh stretch. And really focus on nice full breaths here, maybe closing down with the eyes. Opening up the eyes, crossing the legs, finding our way back to our plank posture. Stepping forward with both feet to our forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms. Exhale down through centre, and we come to I for inhale. So just closing down with the eyes here and doing 5 nice deep breaths. As I've said previously, it's good to experiment with the Ujjayi breath here as if you're fogging up a mirror, keeping the mouth closed and putting constriction in your throat to make a slight sound when you're breathing. And just opening your eyes when you're ready. And we will come to J for Janu Sasana. So inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold and we step back to our plank. Again, finding our knees to the mat. Coming to a nice high sitting position to Dandasana. Peeling away the skin underneath your buttocks here so you can feel your sit bones on the ground. And we're active through both quads here. Left foot comes to the groin, and we inhale to lengthen the upper body, activating through the right quads as we lean forward, hinging from the hips on the exhale. So on every inhale, I want you to think lengthen, exhale, fold. Your toes are actively pointing up towards your head, and your hips you should feel both sit bones on the ground still. And then lengthen through the back of the neck. And inhale to switch and lengthen. Exhale to hinge from the hips and tip forward. And just making sure both shoulders are nice and level and facing towards the toes. And come to your sides, back to Dandasana, then crossing the legs and finding your way back to your plank. From here, stepping forward to our forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms. Exhale down through center. Now we come to K for kneeling with toes tucked. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold. Coming back to our plank, and the knees gently drop to the ground, tucking the toes under, and we sit up and onto your heels. If that's too much, lift up through the hips and just come nice and upright here. If not, sitting back on the heels and just really feeling that stretch through the base of the foot, and really trying to take some nice deep breaths here, rather than resisting the movement. Just breathe into it. Creeping the palms forward again to our plank position. Stepping forward with both feet to our forward fold. Spreading the palms, inhaling up, exhaling down through center. L for locust pose. Inhale, palms come up and together. Exhale, we fold, stepping the feet back to our plank and slowly finding your way to your belly. From here, palms come to your sides and they're facing the sky, or maybe the roof. And your nose is coming to look at the ground, so we've got a nice lengthening through the back of the spine. We inhale to lengthen and activate through our quads, our glutes. Our feet are squeezing together. Exhale as we lift with the upper body and lower body, and we should be balancing on our belly and at our hips, rather than tipping forward or tipping back here. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together as if we've got a pencil between them. We're trying to hold on to it. Relaxing down. Palms come to your side. Maybe trying to push up fully here. Bring your belly button to your spine. All the way back to your plank. Stepping forward. Forward fold. Inhale, spreading the palms. Exhale, down through center. Now we come to M for mountain pose. Opening the palms up to the front of the mat. We're lifting up all the toes, then we're active down through the toes. Making sure the arch is nice and active here. So just imagine a bubble underneath that you don't want to pop. Squeezing with your thighs, knees together, and lifting up with your kneecaps. Squeezing your buttocks, tucking your tailbone under, belly button comes to spine. Chest up and forward, nice and proud, and let the shoulder blades just fall down the back. Tucking the chin in and then popping a smile on the dial. And closing down with the eyes. Opening up with the eyes, we'll come to M for Navasana. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold and we step back. Coming down onto our knees, crossing the feet, and finding our way into a nice high sitting position. With the knees bent this time, inhale to lengthen the upper body and then coming back to 45 degrees. From here, exhale as we lift one foot up at a time to our boat pose. Here, this is a modification of this. So having your hands beside your knees if that's comfortable, still plugging your shoulders back. And if you want more of a challenge to the core, lifting your arms above your head here as well. Ensure you're keeping your belly button to your spine, and we're pivoting on our tailbone here rather than your lower back. Then coming down again, finding your way to your plank, stepping forward to the top of the mat to our forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms, exhale down through centre, and we come to O for one-legged king pigeon. So inhale, palms come up, exhale, we fold, and we step back to our plank first, then our downward dog. Inhale up with the right heel to the sky, exhale, we bring that knee and foot forward, so right knee to right hand, left toes to left hand, and we breathe into this posture here. You might want to prop up onto your fingertips as a modification, or on your hands, or down on your elbows here. You should feel a nice stretch through your glutes. And try and open up through the chest if you are up on your hands here. Just relaxing down with the shoulders. Really rest your body weight into this posture. Tuck the back toes under, lifting up to three-legged dog if you like, and resetting to the other side. Inhale up with the left foot. When we're inhaling up here, the toes are facing the ground, heels are facing the sky. Right, left foot comes to right hand, left knee comes to left hand, and we come into one-legged king pigeon on the left. Tucking the back toes under, left leg comes to the sky, and back to our downward dog. From here, shift forward with your weight to your plank, stepping forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold, inhale to spread, exhale down through centre. P for plank pose, inhale, palms come up and together, exhale, we fold. We step back to our plank. From here, pushing into your hands as usual, thumbs are nice and active and facing each other, index fingers are facing forward, and we're doming up between our shoulder blades. Now it's really easy to dome up through your mid-spine, but instead we want to keep that as flat as possible and actually use our shoulders. Belly buttons coming to spine, squeezing our quads, squeezing our glutes, heels are pushing to the back of the room. You might get a little bit of a shake here as well, especially in the shoulders. Great. Stepping forward to the top of the mat to our forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms and exhale down through centre. Now we come to Q for quad stretch. So inhale, palms come up. Exhale down through centre as we come to our forward fold. Back to our plank. From here we will step forward with our right foot to a nice lunge. Inhaling up, and if that's enough for you, stay here. You should feel a nice stretch here. If not, if you want a bit more of a challenge here, or you're ready for it today, lifting up that left foot to meet the hand, and come into a nice stretch here. Now you want to be nice and active through your hamstring, so you're actually holding that foot up, and that will help lengthen through the front of the quad as well. Here, we'll bring it down, we'll change sides. Right knee comes to the mat. And we might just stay here, or we might bring the right ankle to meet the right hand. Focus on keeping your hips and your chest facing forward as much as possible. And you can put a prop underneath your knee if you need, maybe a wee cushion or a towel for a bit of extra padding. And coming down, stepping back to reset to our plank first, and then stepping to the top of the mat to our forward fold. Inhale to spread the palms, looking up with a nice side body stretch, then exhale consciously through heart centre and down to the ground. And then we come to R for reclined butterfly. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold and we step back to our plank. Knees come down to the ground, and we find our way onto our backs to face the sky. Maybe do a little roll here with the knees. Soles of the feet come together and we let the knees drop out here. Palms are facing the sky or the roof, and we find where it's comfortable in terms of where our heels are coming as far away from the groin as they need to be. We need to make sure the lower back is touching the ground here and your belly button's coming in towards your spine. And gently guiding the hands in with the palms, crossing the legs, coming back to our plank. Stepping forward to the top of the mat to our forward fold. Inhale, maybe slowly this time, just making sure we're doing really conscious movement with the breath, and exhale, palms coming down, recenter. Now we come to S for side plank. So we inhale up, exhale to fold, and we step back to our plank. From here, we will shift our weight into our right hand, so our right shoulder, left foot comes to stack on the right, and we come into a nice side plank position. Nice and active through our hips, and we look up at our top hand if we're there today. If we need a modification, you can just bring that right knee come down to the ground here for a bit of extra support. Main thing here is we're super active through our shoulders, so we don't want to be sort of falling down here, really pushing away as if someone's pulling this top hand up to the sky. And then finding your way back to full plank, shifting your weight onto the left, right foot steps on top of left, we peel that right hand up to the sky. And just check in with your fingers, making sure you can feel them active on the ground, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your quads, and just breathing here. Then we move back to our full plank, stepping forward maybe with the left foot this time to our forward fold. Inhale up, spread the palms. Exhale down through centre. Now we'll come to tree pose. So inhale, our palms come to our centre, and we shift our weight to our right. Left knee comes outward, left sole of the foot meets the right calf, and if we want slightly more of a challenge today, we can bring our left foot into our right groin here. Main thing we want to focus on is the right thigh and the left sole of the foot is actively meeting each other, so it's not really a passive posture, really making sure we're switched on with the right quadriceps and glutes in the grounding leg. And just a reminder, we don't want that left foot slipping down to pressing on the knee joint. If it's going to, just put it on the right calf instead. Knee comes forward to move out of the posture, and come down. And then we change to weight on the left foot. Right sole of the foot meets the right calf. If we want something more, assisting that right foot up to the left inner thigh. Toes are facing the ground with that right foot, and we're actively pressing the sole of the foot into the left thigh and meeting it also with action in the left thigh. Toes are really active into the ground as well. Knee comes forward, slowly down to the ground, and reset. Now we come to today's posture for upward facing dog. So inhale, palms come up. Exhale, we fold and we step back to our plank. What we'll do is coming down to our bellies first, coming to that full cobra position, and then from here activating through the top of the feet just to lift the hips off the ground. So we feel nice work going on through our back, and we're squeezing our glutes and our quads as well here. So really strengthening the back side of our body as well as the quads. If that's too much, you're getting any back pain there or have any other issues, just come to the full cobra for this one. So we're really active down into our hands and our fingers here as well, so our shoulders are doing a lot of work. From here, we'll lift up plank. Stepping forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale to spread. Palms up above. Exhale. Down through centre. And we're finished for today. I'll see you tomorrow for B.